This video covers how to install a Dutton-Lainson strong arm or TW 12-volt DC electric winch onto a trailer. Your first step is to secure the winch to your trailer's winch stand or other mounting surface, and there are a few popular options. Most commonly, you can fasten it in place using 3 1/2-inch bolts, nuts, washers, and lock washers using the 3 keyhole slots in the winch base. Another method is to install the 6365 Quick Mount Kit, which allows for an easy yet secure installation of the winch through its keyhole slots. One final option is the 6368 mounting plate, which also gives you 3 shoulder studs for installation on a more narrow stand. Whichever mounting method you decide on, be sure to also insert a 3/8-inch bolt through one of the winch's round holes to secure it in position. Also ensure that the winch is installed so the cable or strap is not rubbing against any of the sides of its front plate. If you're installing your winch on a boat trailer, be sure that the winch stand is located so the loading ring on the bow of the boat is at the same height or slightly higher than the winch drum when the boat is fully loaded on the trailer. Also ensure that the winch is installed far enough away from the boat so the cable hook is not drawn into the drum when the boat is fully loaded on the trailer. We'll now go over several common options on how to power your winch using the wiring harness. The most permanent setup is to connect the wiring harness to your vehicle's battery. To do this, grab the positive lead wire of the wiring harness, the long wire with the circuit breaker installed on the end of it, and feed it along the underside of your vehicle towards the battery. Fasten it securely and without slack to existing clamps, hooks, holes, and brackets. Don't hesitate to use some zip ties if needed, and be sure that you don't run the wire near the exhaust system or any hot or moving parts. Pull the wire up into the engine compartment and to the battery. Then, depending on the type of battery your vehicle has, fasten the circuit breaker to the positive battery terminal or to the battery side of the starter solenoid. Attach the negative wire somewhere on your vehicle's frame to safely ground it. File or brush any rust away from your mounting location, as the winch requires a clean metal-to-metal connection. A second way to power the winch requires a spare battery being stored in the back of your towing vehicle. And then you can attach both harness wires to the correct terminals on this car battery. Another option is to splice a pair of alligator clips to the wiring harness, with the positive clip installed past the circuit breaker, then fasten them to the correct terminals on your spare battery. One final way to power the winch is by splicing on a 2-prong male connector from your local automotive store and mounting the female receptacle to your vehicle. Just be sure that it can handle the 70 to 80 amps your winch draws. If you have a wiring harness with a red connector on the end of it, we recommend attaching our 6385-1 dust cover to protect it from dirt, dust, and the elements. Whatever option you choose, make sure that all connections are clean and tight. Then store any excess wire you have in the back of your vehicle. You can also shorten the length of the wiring harness if you prefer, or lengthen it if you have an especially long vehicle or trailer tongue. Click here to watch a video detailing this process. To finish installing your wiring harness, plug the switch into its slot on the side of the winch if you have a SA model without a remote, or plug the red connector in the back of the winch if you have a TW model or a SA model with a remote. Start your vehicle and your winch should be ready to use.